It's just that mentality of people. They're not as open as you would want to be, or as in today's society is. People get kicked out. It's kids on the streets and stuff like that. So me being the oldest of 5 boys, I was like, I can't be no little,
yeah.
Like, I mean, that's not my energy. I'll try to balance it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of to the point where it's like, I know that if I tried to live it out, I would have to face the repercussions.
Heavy on the site, everything is a vibe.
Hello and welcome back to the SV podcast. You know, the only place you can get these vibes. It's your boy Ronnie J, and it's a new day. It is Cancer season, y'all. Last week, I hope y'all been enjoying the podcast. I had Dominique. He was a Gemini, but we closed out Gemini season. Now it's Cancer season. Shout out to y'all and whatnot. But it's also still Pride Month. So I want to close out Pride Month with a very special guest today. You know, it's summertime fun, and he is going to help you get your body right in all the right places. Okay? So help me welcome fitness coach, entertainer, artist, and creator of the hottest male trio here in Atlanta, DeEric. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the introduction.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, yes. I'm great. How are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to have you here. How are you? Like, how are you spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally?
Baby, you know, everything is a work in progress, but at the end of the day, I'm striving to keep it high, vibrating high. So
yes.
Yeah, we is on that level right there.
As you should. Like, that's all you can do nowadays. Like,
right, though. It's
okay.
crazy.
But while you're here, let's take a shot real quick because I'm excited to have you here.
Thank
you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. But yes, y'all, like, it is Pride Month. Happy Pride too, by the way.
Happy Pride to you too. You been enjoying your Pride Month?
I've been trying to enjoy my Pride Month, okay? It ain't it's Pride all day.
Okay, for real, right,
yeah. Right. So, let's get into it. Let's hop straight into it. Who is DeEric and where are you from?
Okay, DeEric. So my artist name is DeEric Garnell. I'm DeEric. I'm from Gadsden, Alabama. It's a little bit next to Birmingham, Alabama. I'm a country boy, full of energy. I'm creative. I'm inspiring. As you can see, I'm body, I'm goals. DeEric is a person who wants to just inspire everyone, regardless of color, race, orientation, that you can do it. Like, no matter what it is or what you're trying to strive for, my goal is just to uplift the community, uplift the world, uplift the vibrations, and just put that energy back into people when we all need to know what we need to do.
Definitely. So how was growing up in Alabama?
Oh, Lord, it was rough.
It was rough?
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. So when you think of Alabama, I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of country chickens and roosters and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I grew up in the hood, so I was in Section 8. Yeah. And one thing about me, I was like a black sheep too. So I'm the oldest of like 5 boys. Mm-hmm. And when you in the hood, you play cops and robbers, or you play it in real life. So you outside, getting into it, doing your thing. And me, I just really like honed in on my own self. Yeah. So I didn't really experience a lot of outside forces when I was growing up. I used to like be in my room with a little cassette player, and I would like record my voice on it and like play it, like, oh, that look good, that sound good, record it and stuff like that. And then people would just look at me like, oh, what's going on with him? But at the end of the day, it's what needed to happen to make me who I am today.
Exactly.
So I think that was my saving grace, being in like a country town where there's nothing to do, and like being surrounded by like anything could happen, like all the mishaps or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I do think that art for me is very therapeutic.
Yes. So you are very art driven.
Yes, very much art driven, whether it's dancing, acting, singing, everything just drives me. The dancing really has set off with me, I would say, during the pandemic. The singing, I've been singing all my life. Mm-hmm. But this year, I'm really honing in into the artistry of that. And the acting just literally just took off like last month. With a big project that I can't wait for you guys to see. So all that is just is who I am. It's my essence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so You was talking about dancing. Are you a trained dancer? Did you train? Did you just like watch videos? How did that come about?
Yes, baby. I was training since I was crawling. I was crawl dancing.
Yeah.
If you want to call that. But no, I literally started dancing when I was, I would say about 10, 11. One thing that my family did, they put us in church, and you know, all the Southern kids, we got to go to church, Baptist, Pentecostal,
and the choir, all that.
Yeah. So my auntie, she was like the mother of all the kids. So she took all the cousins and nieces and nephews, and she put them in what's it called? She put them in praise dancing.
Yeah.
So I started there, and like, to be honest though, when I think of it, because as I got more into dance, I started to train more like technically. That praise dancing really helped me freestyle. It helped me like pantomime. It helped me emote. So having that as like a foundation, it really does like spruces up any technicality. Yeah. So as I grew up, I did show choir, also did hip hop dancing, classical, jazz, contemporary. Moved to Atlanta. I was a part of all-male dance crew called Dreamland with Just Be More. We took off. A lot of celebrities posted our videos and dancing videos. So yeah, dance has definitely been
something
there since
that instilled in you.
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. So when did you move to Atlanta?
Ooh, Lord, it's going to tell my age. I think I moved to Atlanta about like 8 years ago. Okay. As soon as I finished college, moved to Atlanta. Came down here, pursued a career. I was like, oh, let me go ahead and get to the city. Because when you from Alabama, Atlanta is like gold. Yeah. Alabama. But yeah, so I came here. I got the first job I could get, try to get established. It was a job from hell. It was one of them sales jobs that you had to go to Walmart and set up a table. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. 5 times. My emotions were all over the place. And then I started working at Papados, baby. That was the plug right there. You get to play every day. Yeah. But I worked at Papados, and then after that, that's when I really became comfortable in myself and being in the city. Because when you move from places like that, you literally are like, what am I going to do? It's like a survival mode. So my dancing and my acting and my singing, it had to take a little back burner. And I was like, oh, can I get back to it? Am I going to lose it? So after a while, I would say like 3 or 4 years into it, when I got real comfortable, I became a trainer, and I started just setting off. Trainings really start pulling in that clientele, that networking. You meet people from all avenues, and it gave me the confidence because I start to build my body up, and I start to have a man body. So I was like not a little twinky little boy, but it gave me that push to actually get into what I'm called to do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have a day job now? It's strictly fitness.
Okay, so yeah, I would say back in the day, my day job was Papados, and then I segued into fitness. That is not a good combination. Because at the end of the day, you at Papados, you literally running left to right. They don't let you eat. And then you start getting skinny, then you have to go to the gym the next day, and it's like, who is this little baby training these big men? So it wasn't a good combination, but you'd learn stuff from different jobs. As of now, my main day job is a fitness trainer. Okay. I wake up at 4:30 every morning. I go to my clients. My first clients either from 5:30 a.m., 6:30 a.m. I train. I include myself. I block off a time to train myself because you got to be a product of your work. Yeah. And then I get off around like 1 or 2, and that's the daytime for me. After that, I hone in on my artistry, and I always tell myself to if you're working for the man, you got to work for yourself too. So I do the daytime. I have my I would say I have my grounding work with them. But at the end of the day, when I come home, I can go into the Skiiboyz, I can go into DeEric Garnell. And that's what I always look forward to in my day, just coming home doing that.
Okay. So when did you leave working like corporate working for somebody?
As soon as I could. As soon as the numbers was looking right, I was like, whoop, sorry. It got to a point where I did have to get real comfortable in my work being a trainer, because that in itself is very flexible. And a lot of people don't understand that. But when you're a personal trainer, especially at a gym, like you make your own schedule and you can either be this trainer or that trainer. And it's all about just the product and your drive.
Marketing and all of that. Yeah.
Exactly. So with that, like the dancing, I started to do like dance hip hop classes.
Okay.
And I did that with Inspire Studios. It really set off. I got a lot of clientele from that to a point where I was able to just weed out just the regular people who just want to like a $20 trainer and get those real people, corporate America people who like, hey, I got to get in at 5 or 6. I'll pay you blah, blah, blah a month. And let's keep this going for a 6 to 1 year contract.
Yeah.
So once that happened, that's when I could have just, I'm working for my own self now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay. Yes. So it all just made sense. Like it all worked out and played out the way it should. So, okay. Growing up Black and queer in Alabama, did you have to like contain yourself, or were you out and being who you are?
Baby, I was contained. I ain't even gonna lie. Like Alabama, growing up Black and queer in Alabama is pretty rough. I have friends who grown up Black and queer in Alabama and actually was open with it, and it didn't end well for them. Like, parents, just that mentality of people, they're not as open as you would want to be, or as in today's society is. People get kicked out. It's kids on the streets and stuff like that. So me being the oldest of 5 boys, I was like, I can't be no little,
yeah.
Like, I mean, that's not my energy. I'll try to balance it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of to the point where it's like, I know that if I tried to live it out, I would have to face the repercussions. Yeah. So I had to contain myself, and I was living a lie. Well, I was figuring myself out. Let me start to live a lie.
Yeah.
So I was dating girls all through my whole life in Alabama. When I got to college, just want to start to experiment a little bit more into myself. Okay. But I was like, hey, nobody ain't paying for my food. I'm paying for my own stuff. So I don't have to answer to nobody. So let me live my life. So I feel like when that happened, I start to just get more into finding who I really am and stop living for others.
Yeah. All right. I love that. So do your family support you nowadays?
Oh, yes. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's some family members that I haven't talked to, and I know who you are, but and I know why. But baby, you see me thriving, so I still love you. But my mom and my intermediate family, like the people that I do talk to, they support me so damn good. They support me so damn good. Like my mom, she's bisexual herself. So when I told her about it, she was like, "Oh, baby, yeah." And then like she'll come to me, she's like, why you don't want to be the feminine one? Like, I was like, no, because she got 5 boys. Yeah. And she want a girl. But like, I was like, Mama, that ain't me. Like, I raise friends over, you can do their hair. But yeah, it's so fun that like they're so supporting. My dad is very supporting. When I growed up, you know how like moms and dad have that baby mama drama stuff. So they be bringing the kids in there, and sometimes you don't really get all you need from your parents when that happens. So when I got older, me and my dad connected. He supported me. We had like a moment. We was hugging and crying, like 2 big niggas on the porch, like just hugging and crying, eating chicken. Right, it was really good. It felt so good, and I had like my friends there, and like it was. I would say that moment really like changed me. When you have moments like that with your parents, and I feel like I saw somebody. I think it was a T.S. Madison interview. She was interviewing with her mom, and the mom said, for the people who are like dealing with, or not dealing with, who have children who are like gay, LGBT or whatever, give the parents time too, because they have to process that. Maybe their initial thought is what they've known all their life. So sometimes you do have to give the people like time.
Grace and space.
Exactly. Give them a little time. You can do your hiatus, but come back, because at the end of the day, you still their baby, you still love. And I feel like that is important too.
Yeah, definitely. Because I recently just went through that like a moment with my father. So it was like, like recently this year. So it was just like.
This year?
This year.
Oh, wow. It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
It definitely be like that. It does. So something like that is really good that you experienced that, and you are who you are today. Like you're able to tell your story and help some people that need it.
Exactly.
So. Let's get into some Skiiboyz, because you brought them up. Where did all of that begin, and how did you all meet?
All right, Skiiboyz, shout out Dre and Julian. So Skiiboyz, I ain't even gonna lie. the pandemic helped your brother out. Mm-hmm. I heard a lot of people took the pandemic as like, oh my God, it set me back. It changed the world. It did this. To be honest though, the pandemic sat my ass down and was like, you come chill the fuck out. What you want to do? Yeah. Because you had all that time, and I stayed in like Rex, Georgia. I don't know if you know what that is. No. Maybe that's just like Alabama. So it was 30 minutes south, stayed in Rex, Georgia, and like TikTok became really like hot then. Mm-hmm. So I started dancing TikTok. Me and Dre was dancing TikTok. We started doing these videos. We got real viral. So we started doing some at McDonald's. We got like 5 million views. We did like different challenges. It was crazy. And I didn't know why. And I can see now because it's the aesthetics and like how serious we were. Because like, it wasn't just like, oh, let's put it up in the kitchen and do it. It was like, get into the yard, put an outfit on, let's make sure these steps are clean. It was real serious. So when that happened, we start to like just really feed into that because it created like a whole different energy and a whole different vibe. And it felt good to get that attention because it's like, damn, I'm doing what I love and people really like fucking with it. Yes. Like, so then we met Julian, and he's also a great dancer too. And so we started doing videos with Julian, and we all three came together. Mm-hmm. It was just like the energy was lift. Yeah. And after that, I'm not even lying, like hella venues start hitting us up, DMing us like from Boston, from LA, from Texas, from Miami. They were like, come through. We want this at our show. Come through. What's y'all budget? Come through. What's this? Mm-hmm. And so I would say about 3 years ago is when we really start to set off. Yeah. In that moment.
Okay. Dang. I love that for y'all. So with having all of you all having the same mindset and coming together with the same goal, as in taking this as a business, what made you all like take it serious? Okay, we're gonna put on these outfits. We're gonna really go up instead of just posting it up in the kitchen. What made y'all be more extra?
I would say it'd be a battle. Like when you have men, and especially like I categorize all three of us as pretty much alpha men. We're really strong in our opinions. We just had to learn how to just come to the table and compromise. And at the end of the day, everyone has their strong suit, and we found that out. And we let that person lead in that lane. Okay. For me, I'm the choreographer. Like I am the one who is like real technical because of my dance background. I'm the one like making up most of the choreography, making sure that it's tight. I'm leading. I'm making sure everyone's good. Julian, he's the energy. He's like the social one. He's making sure like, hey, let's talk to this person. Let's make sure we network with this person, and we're gonna bring it together so we can go ahead and push ourselves forward. And Dre, he's like the brains of it. He's the one that's like, oh, this look cute. Let's do these outfits, or this is that. He's the analytical one. And we literally had to just come together and just make sure that we understand each other just to make each of us shine in our lane. And when you do that and stop being selfish and like really like get the ego out, blessings.
Y'all gonna reach that goal.
Definitely. Straight
so y'all had the goal, and then that was my next question. Like, where did you feel like you all bring to the table to help the team come together? Yeah. And you just answered that. So
I heard you.
Yes. So how do you all go about accepting bookings, gigs, and like brand deals, things like that?
Okay, so we do have management. So 2 years ago, it did a whole 360. The first person who actually booked us from Men and Melanin, they're now called Frolic. They're in Boston, Massachusetts. They signed us as our agency.
Really?
Yes. Right. So they help us with different bookings as well. We help each other with different bookings as well. For example, people will contact me directly. And then when I have that happen, I know, hey, I'm the lead of this. Let me make sure everything is to a T. I'm gonna bring it to the table. If you want to help out, this and that, but this is my lead, so I'm gonna push it through. And that's what usually happens. People, Instagram is literally our manager, like our manager, well, not our manager, but our management platform where people can contact us and we get booked there. So if you get it, baby, run with it. That's how we say it.
Yeah. Okay. So, what made you create the Skiiboyz? Like, since you are the lead and creator.
I would say, shout out to Deviant. I don't know if y'all know that, but some folks know Deviant is his Pride Month. So Deviants, Deviant had brought the community together, especially the Black queer community. And there's things called circuit parties. I don't know if a lot of people understood that, but circuit parties is probably one of the most freest atmosphere that you could ever go to. Because sometimes when you go to Atlanta, it'd be like you in the Black clubs and you just be standing and people be looking at our outfits. And I'd be like, you don't pay $500 for this section and you just standing. And I'm up here dancing and everybody looking like, these circuit parties, baby, you go in there, you take your shirt off, the music be banging, people be dancing. Like, it is a little bit more, I would say, sexually fluid. So people do be touching and stuff like that, but you are your person. You know how much you can handle. So I would say the Skiiboyz started when me, Dre, and Julian entered Deviant, which supported that concept, but in the Black queer community where it is needed. And we literally came to, and I think the first theme was all about the Benjamins. So we got to come in this bitch with some ski masks. We about to take over. We about to rob folks. We about to stick folks up. So we literally came in. We had these ski masks. It was a vibe. The energy was there. It was a magical night. And then we continued to still do what we did. So when we came back to the platform, we're going to call ourselves. So funny that we sent that picture that we took that night to Boston, Massachusetts, and they was like, this is Skiiboyz. Ski masks will come out with different masks. You don't know who you're going to get, different personalities. And yeah, we're going to roll with that.
Yeah, that's dope. So it just happened naturally.
Yes, it definitely happened naturally.
Yeah. Okay. So how was you appointed the leader though?
I would say we all have different leaderships in the group, but me personally, when it comes to the Skiiboyz, people know us for our dancing. So I am the one who is like learning. Like if I see a video or a TikTok or a choreography, I can literally look at the video for like 2 minutes and I'm like, I got it, let's go. Yeah. So that whole, I guess, talent in itself just helped me thrive the group. And like I said, we all do have our responsibilities and our powers in different lanes. But just because we are the dancing, so when I get back on stage or like, even if we're like freestyle, I'm like, all right, let's do this 6 count and then y'all switch it up. So that helped me be like the forerunner.
Yeah, people will be like, who made that up?
Yeah, so exactly.
Like, I can get that. Okay. So how is it maintaining y'all business relationship and y'all personal relationship?
I would say, to be honest though, people ask that question and they expect it to be a little bit hard, but it is pretty easy. Because, baby, at the end of the day, you're working with the people you love. And it's hard when you do have your differences as anything. And over time, one thing that really shined in my head is compromise. Like, I'm not going to exclude everything you say and then like run over it. I'm going to take what I feel like is needed from what you say, and you take out what's needed from what I say, and let's just compromise. So when you do that, the personal relationship and the business relationship thrives, and you have that still respect for each other, and nothing gets tarnished.
Okay. Yes, because a lot of people, it can help a lot of people in like just trios, duos, and groups. So yes, even with me and my boyfriend, we are like that type of duo. So it's like compromise and learning different things as we go is very helpful.
Absolutely.
So, what else? So how do you all go about building you all's business relationships? I know you said Dre does that. No, not Dre. Julian. He's
as
more
like the networking.
Yes.
Okay, so Julian, he is just full of love, full of energy. He goes out to. Let me just reverse. When me and Dre were together, when we start going out together and these environments and these parties, we always kept it as a ha and go, you know, and we really didn't kind of like interact with people on a deeper level. And that is very essential when you're like trying to build a business. And I didn't know that at that point. So when Julian came into the act, he showed us that, wow, you do need to like actually go hang out with these people or, you know, invest more time into this group in order to, you know about them and in order for them to see you in a different light. So I would say he really did teach us that you have to be a social image as well as the talent too. So
yes,
thank you.
To come together. Yeah, I love that whole trio because everybody do add something and that is very helpful. So like compromising and also networking, being social and the talent. So you need all three really. So, that goes into your relationships and things like that. what is your current relationship status? Because this is Seductive Vibez.
You're right. So let's get a little seductive.
We talk about the vibes and what's it giving.
Well, I'm telling we've been already talking about them. My relationship, Julian and Dre, those are my babies.
Okay.
So I keep them at my heart. We love each other. Now, like everybody else, we have our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, nobody has our backs like each other. And that's one thing that we be reminding each other. Like, people literally will be jealous and see that your bond is so strong. And, you know, they'll go and take somebody and whisper. But at the end of the day, like, when you know deep down inside, these boys got my back like nobody else, that can't change. And that's why we are so strong together, because we have all of those vibes intertwined into one thing. So, yeah, it works.
So how is it being in a polyamorous relationship?
Yeah, so I would say it is pretty much polyamorous, but it's in between us. It's not more of like, you know, polyamorous as in like everyone is free for all. So like you go and do your thing, you go and do your thing, you go and do your thing. We still have the like concept of like making sure that everybody is together. But at the end of the day, we are definitely much of just like experiencing each other. Yeah. So it was a little rough at the beginning, ain't gonna lie, because you don't have a guide to this at all. And you don't know like, okay, this is what the mama do, this is what the daddy do. It's like, you don't have that. And at the end of the day, that is a European value. So it's like break out of that and make your own rules. Yeah. So it did figure out just finding each other, and instead of being like, I own you, make sure that you are experiencing each other. And everything just starts to smooth and segue in, and it's one of the best things I ever decided to do. Yeah.
So what is you all's relationship date?
Yeah. The first time with me, I would say it's that first deviant. Now, we knew each other prior to. Me and Dre, we've been together for about 13, going on 14 years. Yes. So, yes.
I love love, black queer love.
You got to stay strong.
We've been together, me and my boyfriend, 11 years. So.
See, you got to keep it strong. Yeah. So, it happened like that because we also started to do the dance classes. And that's when we met Julian, and he came in and he did the dance classes with us as well. And his energy was just like shining. I was like teaching, I could not like stop. I was like, Dre, you see the word? Like, he was like, yeah. So after a few times of being like, yeah, let's hang out, we all hung out. And that first night was just vibes were everything. Yeah. And then I would say we solidified it that first time we went out, and I would say that's the ski mask night that I was talking to you about, and that was in February. Okay. So each February, right before Julian's birthday, that's when we say, hey, this is our date right here. Yeah. And this is the 3rd year for that.
Congrats. So how do you all celebrate?
Baby, we go all out. We celebrate. This year we went to Miami. We got booked for winter party. So usually when we get booked, we be like, okay, this is time to get lit, have fun, but hey, you still gotta be professional, do your stuff. So we celebrated in Miami. We did winter party. We were in the VIP cabanas. We were the cabana boys dancing, getting the vibes up, getting everybody lit. It was Julian's birthday. So it's always gonna be a celebration in the birthday. So we just make sure we just do a little extra hard for that. So each February we visit.
Turn up.
We turn it all the way up, right.
Okay. So, cheers. We have been talking.
Oh, right. Okay. Quench that thirst.
So, I was going to ask, how was it like, well, you covered your relationship status, but how would it be if your spouse felt the way with the content you put out? But you all put out the same content. You all are in the content together.
Yes, exactly. But no, just to tap on that. You're right, though. You do want to make sure that everyone is consensual in what to do, because we are an image of each other. And I know personally, we don't overtly advertise our relationship like on the media. Like, if you know, and you can see the vibes and you see the connection, but if you know, you know. But at the end of the day, if we are doing like separate media, we don't want anybody to be like, doing the most without that consent. So it is, I mean, we have different talk where it has been different offers, or like a photographer be like, hey, let's do this. I want you the 5 other guys and this and that. And it's like, we can do that on our own. We can pass on that. But at the end of the day, it's just like, still go and get that check and still go and get the opportunity, but you don't got to sell yourself short. Mm-hmm.
Okay, definitely. So if you was getting that booking, is both of them coming too? Because I know if my man was getting that booking, I'm bad.
Yeah. So I would say yes and no, okay. But it depends on the situation. It has a lot of factors in there. At the end of the day, I would like my babies to be with me at all times. Yeah. No one brings the vibe like them. They know me. They set me up right. They make sure, oh baby, you need to do this. Oh baby, do a little push up. Make sure, oh baby, let me just shave this for you. So like that energy in itself is just like needed when you prep for like an opportunity. As I mentioned before, I got a very big opportunity to work with Tyler Perry Studios, and I'm part of his series now.
Congrats!
Thank you. So that has taught me that, baby, your babies ain't always gonna be with you. So you gotta do what they would do for yourself. And thank God that like when you are in a production like that, they have like hair, makeup, all this different avenues that you don't have to do anything but worry about acting and doing your lines. So I would say in that sense, I couldn't take them. Yeah,
with things like that, I get it. But I'm talking about like a news shoot or some stuff like that.
Well, I would say at the point that we are now, that trust is definitely instilled there to the point where it's like, okay, baby, well, if I don't feel like going, if you want to go, I trust that you'll do the right thing. And, like I said earlier, don't sell yourself too short and continue to let that thrive. So it's that trust that we build that allows that.
That's excellent. Mm-hmm. So how was it when you first moved here and finding your crowd? And so you was here, you came alone. Did you meet Dre here?
No, so me and Dre, we've been together for 13 years. We did everything together.
In Alabama?
Yes.
Okay.
So we went to college together. We graduated together. We moved here together. That's my person. Like, we did everything together. So we moved here together. And when we got here, we did room with like roommates. And there were also our college, it was one guy, it was our college friend, and it went pretty well. And then, we had to figure ourselves out. So we had no sense of community. But if you were from Alabama, then that every other weekend we would have drove to Atlanta to go party a little bit. So like we knew like 2 or 3 people. So they would be like, yeah, go to Dugan's, or do that still go on?
I don't know.
Baby, that's a long time. Baby, show them age, okay. But no, I would say, in that first few years, like I told you earlier, that survival of the fittest, I didn't really have time to really do anything. So it was getting like work, get yourself established, make sure, because if I didn't survive here, baby, they would have been in the streets. Yeah. So it was just that fight or flight instinct. And I would say when I started to go to Papados, that's when I got more social, because when you're in a serving aspect, people would want to like go have a drink afterwards, and like, you get your crew there, and then they'll show you different places. So I would say during work, people had to show me different places. And then after that, a friend introduced me and Dre into the circuit scene, which is a circuit party. And like I said, that is one of the most freest places. And it gets like very categorized as like, oh, that's a sex party and drug field. It's not that. Like, people always gonna say bad things about things, but at the end of the day, it's what you make it. Yeah, that happens there, but at the end of the day, we're going to be free. I like to dance. I go in. I will clear the floor out. People
and fuck it up.
Yes, go in. It'll be a vibe. So I know I could do that other places, but I know they wouldn't accept it as much as they would there.
Mm-hmm. So again, that's how you found your crowd. So basically, because that was my next one. You are covering up, hitting them. So what are some of your favorite bars and parties? Circuit parties, of course. What else?
I would say the circuit parties are definitely the number one thing, especially when you do them out of state, out of country, which that's on the list as well. It's just that vibe. It's a whole community. Yeah. I would say bar-wise, don't do a lot of bars, but we get booked at bars. Shout out to X Midtown in Atlanta. We actually have a show tomorrow and X Midtown, they book the Skiiboyz once a month to do their Sinful Sundays, and we come out, we dance, we freestyle, and we have a show at the end of the night, along with our sister, A Lot of Vagina.
A good old yes.
She's one of the fiercest performers here in Atlanta. So shout out to her too.
Yes, a good old time. So how is it with putting out the content you all put out on social media and going to some of the parties that you go to, because more of the circuit parties would be more of a crowd that is not our color. So do you ever feel like people are fetishizing or just different things in that nature?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. So initially, you're right. That environment is not the people that you see every day or the people that you interact with. Over time, the community has been built with that. And like I said, shout out to Deviant because they really brought that in for our people. We created a community where not only we have those people who support us, but then we bring in more people, because when you come in with a group of people with so much unity and so much energy, people are gonna be like, who them? What's going on? So it forces other people to integrate with you. And that's what happened. So not only that we will get booked at these circuit parties and they'll put us on stage and we're probably the only Black people dancing, whatever, in Atlanta. But at the end of the day, when we're on the floor, it's like the energy never lies and people coming and dancing. And like I told you, the environment is so free. So when you do go around people that are not familiar with you, they would be friendly and they would definitely make sure that you are
and make you feel good,
feeling real good.
Yeah, so
definitely.
I love that too, because we open, me and my boyfriend. So it's like we go to all different type of parties. We'll go to a college party, we'll go to a circuit party, like all different type of ones. The most ghetto.
Okay, right.
So it's just like shit. But me personally, I never felt that way. But I do know a lot of Black queer people do feel like 10th and Piedmont and things like that is not for us. It wasn't made for us and things like that. I have heard that a lot.
You're right, though. And I would say on that, that is something that I heard as well. So when they reached out to us and they were like, I was like, I don't think they put with us like that. Like, why are they reaching out to us? Like, is this a setup? Like, what's going on? But at the end of the day, it's word of the street. Because when I got there, everyone there is just loving. Everyone's friendly. I never felt like, oh, they don't treat me right because of my... It'd be word of the street. And maybe it'd be the other club stalker trying to, embellish or whatever, not embellish, but kind of like, bring in a little word. Trying to be like, But no, they're really good. So I would say that you just got to find out for yourself.
And I love that because, bitch, I'm still going to go out. They ain't doing to me shit. Let me go see. But so what is some of your inspirations and things like, do you all look at other groups and things like, oh, we should do this and different photo shoots and things like that?
No. And that's the crazy thing. Like, we literally use life experiences to mold our inspiration. Like, it is okay to have inspirations, and I have seen groups look at us and do shows with we'll be like, wait a minute, didn't we just do this look like? And that's beautiful. Like, I ain't hating. Like, at the end of the day, do it in your own lane. I'm gonna do it in my own lane, but like, that's homage. I thank you. But looking at other groups, no, we really don't. We really hone into ourselves. We go to these different parties. We go to these different cities. We like, okay, I like that style. I like that person, or I love this music. What does that make me feel? And like, we bounce off ideas for each other and we use that as inspiration. I would say like for the dances too, like we'll find out what's hot and then like I'll just, out my soul, out to the source. I call it connecting to the source. I'll let the source move me and then I'll be like, these movements is made for this song. And I don't really be looking at it unless it's like a TikTok challenge. And I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, I like how he did it. Let's, learn from him. But other than that, no, we try to keep it in because I don't want to emulate. Period. So keep on doing y'all shit because y'all are very creative and I love it. Like everybody doing their job, it makes the group like, damn, yes. So what are some of the challenges you all face within the field that you do? I would say some of the challenges that we do face, and you did touch on this earlier, is sometimes people do be trying to like book us separately. And it's okay, and I understand why, because you are looking for different aesthetics for different things. but baby, it ain't gonna be it's a better vibe when you get all three. Like it's a better bang for their buck. So I would say that is one of the challenges, is just trying to like weigh out, do I do this or do we push the group like individually, or like, you know, because that also can make people feel like, okay, well, if they're doing individual, like what about the group? And you don't want to leave that around, because that is our focus, because we're still trying to rise to the top. So I feel like that probably is our biggest one. And what to wear, because we got all these outfits. It's like a whole closet of costumes. We be like, 1, 2, 3, let's pick and match. But we usually buy clothes every day. So that is a big challenge in itself.
Okay.
What in the world? Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say support in the LGBT community look like and mean to you?
The support in the LGBTQ community, I say, is just keeping your boys booked and busy. Like literally like resharing our stuff. And I see a lot of people doing that. And one thing that it kind of like, it irks me is like when we really put in a lot of work. We really we choreograph most of our stuff. You know, we'll do TikTok dances. We'll copy some of the TikTok dances. We record all of our things. We edit all of our things. We market all of our things. We style all of our things. Right. So it's like a lot of work that you put into that. And we actually go out and people was like, oh, I saw your little cute video. That's cute. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's nice. But at the end of the day, like, did you share? Exactly. And you don't see that person like really feeding in. And it'd be a couple of people like that. So I would say if the LGBTQIA plus community can really just stand on business with their shit. Like, you know, thank you for telling me, but show me more than you can tell me. And I would love that, because that's how you get bookings. That's how you get exposed. Maybe this person knows someone that you don't know and they see it on their story and that has happened and they'll contact us, and that's a whole different avenue. Exactly. So that, and just, you know, really supporting your boys.
Yeah. So how do you show support? How do y'all show support?
Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. How do we show support? Well, we show support 24/7, 100%. I would say showing support as in like just collabing with other people on different things. Like we have built a group outside of Skiiboyz called the Ski Crew, where we are highlighting just not like the body boys. We're highlighting transgender. We're highlighting androgynous. We're highlighting cis men and women who are also allies, and we call them the Ski Crew. So it's like within our brand, we wanted to build external brand that pulls in every avenue, in every alphabet, in every letter of that. Right. So that's how we do that. That's how I do that.
That is dope, because it's something that we need. And then so like y'all work over here, that's y'all, and then y'all got this crew. So do y'all have like meetups and just what do y'all do?
Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie though, if you are interested in being a part of the Ski Crew, meet us at Shaka Khan Hacienda, because that's where it goes down. So Shaka Khan, I would say that's the vibe. If you really want to see the vibes of just the group of what we stand for and just the freedom and the diversity that we love, that whole brand is just, it encompasses that very much. So, you know, people hit us up all the time. What can I do to be a part of the crew? And, you know, some people be joking and stuff like that, but people be for real too. So I would say that meet us up there. Let's meet up there. And that's what we usually do. All the crew meet up. We filmed our first little reality TV segment, and it was real pretty.
Oh, I seen that.
Cute. Yeah, we had a good little time. So you can see the vibes there. Check it out.
So is there anything that you would want to change within the community today, if you could?
I would say stop being so hard on other people. And number one, stop being so hard on yourself. We are all really, really hard on ourselves. Yeah. And I had to sit back and check myself and give yourself grace. Because once you start being so hard on yourself, it reflects out on other things. And I see that other people are really rough to other people, and it's because they are not gentle to themselves. Yeah. And I see that. And, you know, I be like, my goal is just to spread energy, spread joy, spread love. And when I see that something's blocking people, you know, I have to kind of sit down and talk to them in the right way. Mm-hmm. And I would say that would probably be the best thing to do. Like, just stop being so hard on yourself so you can stop being hard on everybody else.
Yeah. That's a good message, y'all. Like, I just took that in.
I'm real wise.
Because I am hard on myself, and some people would say...
You gotta be, though. You gotta be, but not all the time.
Not all the time. It's balance it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, your new single. Let's get into your new single and artistry with your music, because earlier you were saying that you are you're taking music more serious, but you always been a singer.
Mm-hmm. Always been a singer. Like, for example, when I told you about the dancing, the singing started just as well. Yeah. Auntie put us in praise dancing. Auntie put us in youth choir. Yeah. And I was singing.
You doing everything.
I'm Little Shine, a solo. And I knew I had a voice back then because, like, they'll let the little kids auditions and I always would get it. Mm-hmm. When I went to high school, I competed in theater. I competed in show choir. I competed in a cappella choir. I did all that. Statewide.
It was like, what was y'all competing in? Like songs, singing?
So I would say it was more of an audition. Let me call it that. So I would say, let's say about 300 kids will audition, about 30 will make it. Okay. And each year I did it and I made it. So when I did that, I went into college and I paid most of my college tuition on gospel choir, scholarship. What am I talking about? So I paid most of my school tuition on gospel choir scholarship, show choir scholarship, a theater scholarship as well. So I just made sure that, hey, if I'm going to be in here, somebody's going to have to pay for it. Yeah. So the singing started there, and I kept on training myself in every decade and every age so that I can really hone into my craft.
Yeah. So what college did you graduate from?
JSU, Jacksonville State University, still right down the street from Gadsden, Alabama, right between Birmingham. Yeah. I kept it in the family. No, I kept it in Alabama. So it was affordable for me. It was right there. Like I said, I had to really support myself. So being close to home was okay and it felt good and it was accredited as well. So I kind of helped build myself there instead of just like going somewhere and being like, oh my God, where am I after high school like that?
Yeah. So was that a school for music? Like,
no, not necessarily. It was just like a regular institution. Yeah. But they did have a very good theater program. We had some great directors. They did host a lot of the competitions that I talked to you about earlier. So I got familiar with just different teachers that I auditioned for. So that kind of helped me go into the school. They're like, yeah, I remember you made it in this, and yeah, you can do the scholarship. So it was just that networking and kept me going.
Okay. So who is some of your inspos in sound, like your sound? Where did you was like, have you ever listened to somebody and said like...
Yes, I got a lot of them. I ain't even gonna lie. You know, the girls or the guys? Wait.
Give me all of them.
Okay. So I really, really, really like, people say that I sound like John Legend a little bit. I guess it's the soul, but I love his music, but I never really I would say studied it. A lot of my inspiration vocally, I do like to have specific accents. So I love Ella Fitzgerald. Like when I was a little kid, I was so obsessed with her and just like her way that she talked. And like I would listen to European artistry, like Coheed and Cambria. They're like a rock group, and I love how they pronounce words. Usher, he had a very sexy voice. Also just like Beyonce, everybody loved Beyonce. Her voice, her package just inspired me. So I'm very like an artistic dweeb. I'm like trying to piece and point at a formula to what I want my sound to be like. And then I go back into the source and I'm like, okay, what are you feeding me? What should I do? What should the sound be? And I put all that together.
Yes. Okay. And it's dope because this new track. Have you dropped any other things?
Yeah. So I dropped one single before that. It's called Bow. It wasn't more vocals. It was more like singing, rapping. It was telling about victory. Like, hey, I made it this far and I really need to put that anthem out there.
Was that your first song?
That was my very first single. Very first single. I had to put that anthem out there because your boy been through it. Like, I can go on and on and on and tell you about the story, but I feel like it's probably better in the book. So I put that out, get my feet wet, but I really honed into my sound and what I wanted to kind of like be known for with this song, What Do You Like? And it encompasses that sexy voice and it has that dialect in different words that I wanted to. And it just shows some of my vocal flexibility as well. Yeah.
And it ties into what y'all give right now.
Exactly.
So it makes very much sense. So do you play the guitar?
I do.
Get into it.
Let me tell you about some more. So I do play the guitar. I'm self-taught. I learned the guitar in college. You take electives. They said, hey, which elective you want? I take guitar. I went to the pawn shop, got me a little cheap one, went online, played YouTube tutorials, went to the guitar classes twice a week for like a year, honing in on my craft. And that really helped with my vocals too. Just when you play any instrument, you also just get a different tonality for things and a different way of how things should sound, because every instrument has their own, I guess, frequency, if you want to call it. So me playing with that guitar honed in on more of my soul. And that's what I do when I be at home. I be hanging out with the boys, I be hanging out with the ski crew. I put that guitar on, I play a little song, we be kumbaya. Yeah, we be
so it's like connected to the guitar. It's like the beat. I'm more of a beat, so I feel like if I picked up an instrument, it would be like a drum or something.
I can see that.
But no, like instrument and tying it to dancing, it's all connected. So.
It really is, and that's why people like, you need to hone in on one thing. No, baby, do everything that you are called to do, because you never know which one going to skyrocket you to the top.
Yeah.
So it is connected.
Yes, and now you sing. So like with your new single, what was you thinking when you created the track? Like, how was you feeling?
I'm the type of guy that I do need inspiration. I need like real life events to help drive my writing, because I write everything, I record everything, like I scale everything, like I make sure I stack how I want it to stack. So with that song, it was definitely love, it was definitely for love, and it got to a point of like, what do you like? Because at that point of my life, I did find a new source of love that I didn't even know, because I was so familiar with one source of love, and I found a new source of love, and it was a different vibe. So it got to the point of like, damn, like, yo, boy, I'm smooth and all, but I switch it up a little bit. So it got to the point where like that song fueled that for me.
Okay. So you love something, but as you grow older, you learn that you can love something else. You just learning different things about yourself. You're like, damn, I didn't even know. Damn, I needed this. Or I like this too.
I would say, let me be more direct on what I was saying. It was my love life. So, me being in my relationship with Dre for years, I really honed in. I knew everything from top to bottom what to happen, and everything that he loved, and he knew everything that I loved. And we met Julian, and we found out that we wanted him to be a part of our relationship as well. It was a whole new meaning of like, what do you like? Because I'd known this man for all my life, and I ain't really was like out there being like, oh, hey, who you? Like trying to figure out everybody else. Like, so when that came, he had a whole different he had a whole mentality. So that song helped me understand what he wanted, and it was like an ode to that.
Okay, because I was about to ask that. I knew you was. Yes, you better know. So, are you shooting a video today?
Baby, the video's coming out in this month. Well, July. Is it July yet?
It's about to be.
It's about to be. Yeah. Actually, the video, I shot the video. It's so crazy. I shot the video as soon as I recorded the song, which was more than a year ago. Everything happens for a reason. I feel like timing is of the essence. I didn't want to just throw stuff out there and be like, here you go, y'all, because it can flop and it can be like, I done wasted all this time and energy and money on this. I'm going to set the video to release on my birthday, July the 28th.
Oh, wow.
I shot the video, like I said, a year and a half ago.
You a Leo?
Yeah.
Right.
Leo.
He's a Leo.
Leo gang. That's what I'm talking about. So, the video's coming out, and I'm telling you, it's something. It is something. It definitely encompasses who I am. It definitely shows you just the values that I go by, just loving whatever you love and what do you like. It has dance in it, it has drama in it, it has acting in it. So I'm excited for everyone to see that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. So is Dre and Julian in it?
No, they be in everything. They be in everything. So this one, it was a point where I almost had to put them in there because some stuff got rocky. But no, everything smoothed out. So it was the point of I did have other actors, other dancers, because I did want to make sure that DeEric Garnell was his own entity as well. I mean, Skiiboyz can be featured, but especially being new as an artist, I didn't want it to kind of like be segue into that as well. So it is its own thing.
Okay. So when you make your music, is it like queer, or do you like, because some artists make it where everyone can relate. So if I'm talking about,
I would say I did have to battle myself with that because I'm like, what is more marketable? And then I was like, fuck that shit. Like, bruh, I'm all about like chi, energy. Everything has to be aligned. And if you like saying she and that ain't really resonating with you, like you blocking something. So why are you doing that? So like, no, I'm just, it is LGBT.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I am who I am. And if you don't fuck with it, then okay, find somebody else.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's going to be definitely who I am.
Yes. Okay. So, any upcoming new projects, or because is this your second track you dropped?
It is my second track, and I have an EP in the making. So I'm recording that as well. My EP is definitely a level up because when I do my projects, I'm always trying to level up. And this EP is going to have a collection of songs. And essentially, my goal is to have like a compilation of videos. With that, we'll see how that works out. But I'm honing in on just making sure that I have a collection of sounds versus different tracks. So that is my next thing, and I'm working on that as well.
Yes. Okay, keep going. Because I'm here to support.
I know.
And the community is here to support. So because I feel like, so you put out all your content and things with the Skiiboyz. Do you feel like they're going to transition over when you put out your music? Do you feel like you're gonna, the same audience will mess with it?
No, I feel like the same audience will mess with it, and I feel like I will also gain a new audience as well. Because when I first started the dancing, I was with Just Be More and his guys, and it was Dreamland, and I had got a lot of followers from there. And they were a certain demographic, and we would produce stuff, and I would post stuff that we do, and I come on, get followers. And then after that concluded, we created the Skiiboyz, and then I got a lot of followers from that. And then I could see how like the demographics changed a little bit, but I still kept some from there. You know, some people, they don't really mess with, I guess, what they don't feel like is appeasable to them. And that's how I can just calculate what's going to happen with my artistry. I have a lot of people who already know that I sing. And then the stuff that I did put out, I saw how good of a reaction that it got from my existing followers. I'm just excited to see how I can gain more and just build that community as well.
Keep doing it.
Thank you.
So, anything you want to leave with the people? Like, leave us with a message.
I would say a message is always strive to just be the better self. Always try to inspire. Always give back. Always vibrate high. At the end of the day, we here for a good time, not for a long time. Life is too short. So stop living for others. Live for yourself, especially in this Pride Month. That's one thing I had to learn. But at the end of the day, when I start doing it, ain't no place. And we ain't going nothing but up. So that's what I say.
Yes, that is a good message. Especially speaking of Prime, we got our glasses. We can take a toast with our glasses.
Leave my mind on when you don't throw it at me. Okay.
Yay! Where can the people find you at?
All right, people can find me Mr.Kinetic on IG. A lot of this, where everything is. My IG is my personal IG. It has my artistry. It has links to the Skiiboyz. It has my dancing. It will definitely have my acting as well. So follow me on IG, Mr. Kinetic, Kinetic. Hit me up. I promise you'll love it.
I meant to answer earlier. Where did that name come from?
From fitness. Because that was my first.
Energy?
Yes. Exactly. Look at you. You're so smart.
Get it right. Yes. So, and I am your boy, The Ronnie J. You can find me everywhere at The Ronnie J. And for anything Seductive Vibez, head over to seductivevibez.com. But it's been a fab episode. Like, I enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you for having me. Y'all
Thank you for coming through.
I feel so good here. I'm
yes, come through. Yes, but other than that, see y'all next time.
See you.
Heavy on the site, everything is a vibe.
As I sit all alone as I'm waiting for you to get off of your throne. I smell your cologne, invite you over.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Ronnie J from Seductive Vibez. You know, the brand everything seductive, sexy, performing. For anything Seductive Vibez, head over to seductivevibez.com, including sponsorships, choreography, dance classes, performance, merchandise, and everything in between. I look forward to exchanging vibes with you, Kitty. See you soon.